Okay. Alright. Yeah, ready. Are you rolling? Oh, cool. Okay. Alright, so, the story was told to me by my father, as it was told to him by his father before him. It's a story that's as old as the hills, and it comes from the old country. Once upon a time, there was a farmer, and he lived with his beautiful wife and his 3 beautiful children in the hills of Franklin County, Massachusetts. They weren't wealthy, but they got by, sustaining themselves off of their own labor and the goods wrought from the earth on their humble estate. Each fall, foxes would come and harass their chickens and eat their eggs and steal their food, and it became very hard for them to live. And each fall, they'd hear the sounds of the people from the wealthy nearby manor hunting the foxes, and they would hope for them to catch them so that they would have enough food to survive through the winter. And one year, a plague descended upon the village, and the farmer's wife became ill and tragically died. And shortly after, all 3 of his children also succumbed to the plague, and the farmer wept and was alone for many years. He grew gaunt, not having a family to help him tend to his fields and his chicken coop being ravaged by the foxes. And each fall he'd hear the sounds of the hunt, and he'd hope that the foxes would all be killed. Eventually he was walking out through the woods, and he came upon a small vixen abandoned by her fox tribe, the runt of the litter. And his first instinct was to crush her with the butt of his hatchet. But as he looked upon the small fox, he took pity and brought her back to the farm, feeding her an egg to quench her hunger. And she fell asleep with him, and for the first time in many moons, the farmer wasn't alone. And for many moons, the farmer continued to feed the fox, and they grew very fond of each other. But as the fox grew older, it outgrew the need to survive only on eggs and milk, and craved real flesh and meat. And it grew wild and angry and untame, and the farmer didn't know what to do or how to handle it anymore, and she'd bite out at him in anger and hunger. And so the farmer looked at the fox one day and said, "I have 2 choices before me. I can take down the fences around my chicken coop, and you will have a chicken to eat, but I'll probably starve this winter. Or I can drive you off the farm, and surely the hunt will catch you and kill you." And he looked at the fox, and the fox looked at him, and of course he knew he had only one choice before him, and he went outside and knocked over the fence around his chicken coop. And the fox looked at him and said, "Truly you are a god." And he said, "You can speak." And she ran off, and she took a chicken and ran into the woods. And the fox hunt, of course, found her and killed her while she was eating this chicken. And they decided to they continued hunting throughout the winter, and eventually decided they'd go to the farmer's cottage and tell him that all the foxes had been killed. And when they got there, they found the farmer had starved, but he had a strange smile on his face, curled up in his bed by himself. And the rich folk from the manor never understood why or how the farmer could do such a thing. But the common folk from the village made themselves in his image and continue to tell the story to this day. The end.